Hi guys, and welcome to the Champions League stream. Back streaming as well. We took a break for most of the day, but we're back here. There was some technical issues on my side, but we are going to be able to continue streaming. I was kind of worried for a second, but yeah, we're good. And we're watching Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, the derby of Harambol, literally in its full pinnacle form here. Welcome, everyone. And here are the lineups. So for Arsenal, we have as the goalkeeper, David Raya. We have Lewis Skelly as the left back, Gabriel and Saliba as the two centre backs, and Timber as the right back. As the midfield, we have Rice and Zubamendi. And then on the wings, we have Martinelli and Saka, followed by the forwards of Eze and Gyökeres. Interesting that they're playing Eze as now more of a central role. He was playing, before right wing. I think this is a better option for Arsenal. In terms of Atletico Madrid, we have Oblak as the goalkeeper, of course, Llorente as the right back, Jimenez and Lenormand as the two centre-backs, and Hanko as the left back. We have Simeone as the right mid, Barrios and Koke as the two CMs, and Gonzalez as the left back, with Alvarez and Sorloth as the two strikers. Hope everyone's doing good today. Hi, Asiri, Sands, Owen, who else is here? Sherry's here. I think there are some others here as well. Random YouTubers here, of course, John. And W's Indu is here as well, but they're watching a match in the stadium. And hi, Foot Chill, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good. And just ask you guys to refrain from spamming random numbers, please. I would appreciate it. Let's get started straight away into the kickoff here. So here we go. Time has started, and Arsenal take the kickoff. And it's going to be now Raya just providing a long ball forward. It's going to be intercepted there with a little bit of a header from Gyökeres. However, it's going to be controlled up by Atleti in the back, and that's going to be Llorente instantly losing the ball, but somehow finds Simeone on a run, and that goes straight out. It's going to be now a throw-in here for Arsenal. We do predict this game to be very, clutterish, a very disgraceful gameplay to be expected here because, the two masters of making the game as slow as possible, though I do predict Arsenal, and I do want Arsenal to actually get a win here because I hate Atletico Madrid with my life. This is now going to be over to Timber. And hi, Alexa, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good. And this is now going to be over to Gabriel. Now to Saliba. Now to Timber. And Timber's going to pass a through ball over to Saka. Saka's going to hold the ball up. Your dad says that you're a YouTuber. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm a YouTuber. And Barca 6-1 again. I know, against Olympiacos. That was very bad. Personally, I thought Olympiacos were going to do a comeback. They scored a goal, ruled out, and then they scored again. And that one stood, but yeah, it just wasn't there. And then, they absolutely fumbled. Annoying, but what are you going to do about it? That there was likely chance of, Barcelona winning that game. And when the goalkeeper saves 9 times and misses twice, skull, yeah, because, 2 goals conceded there, of course. And PSG versus Leverkusen's also going on. Yes, a couple of other games are happening at the same time. So PSV Eindhoven versus Napoli. We have Leverkusen versus PSG. We have Copenhagen versus Dortmund. We have Newcastle versus Benfica. Villarreal versus Man City. Union Saint-Gilloise versus Inter. And, of course, we just had before Barca versus Olympiacos and Karat Almaty versus Paphos. Tomorrow there will be some more games, including Real Madrid versus Juventus. Make sure to smash subscribe for that one if you haven't already. And this is Arsenal now with the chance in the box. Timber crosses it in, and that is going to be a goal kick. Horrendous cross by Timber. That was disgusting. I don't know what he was doing there. Good play by Declan Rice, actually, to find that through ball over to Timber. I have no idea why Timber didn't do a first-time touch over to Eze inside the box there. That was pretty bad. And how Pamin Pamal got 9 rating with pen, goal, and assist and 2 complete dribbles. I was actually looking at Yamal's rating during the, before this stream. I was just seeing how much they glaze him on FootMob and SofaScore and LiveScore. Man, they absolutely glaze him. The ratings don't even make sense, where some games he's literally got... I think it was Portugal versus Spain, the Nations League final. Most times blocked in a dribble. He had, in the whole match, and he still got an 8 rating or whatever. It was a 7 rating. It was actually atrocious. I don't know how he manages to keep pulling off these insane ratings without really doing much. Some games he's phenomenal, but I just don't get sometimes how he's getting them. Saka with a cross. and that goes straight out. It's going to be Atletico with a throw in deep. Yeah, he got 7.4 versus Portugal. Yeah, I know. I don't understand how that could even be possible, because in effect he really was pretty useless in that game. And yeah, I still don't understand that. CR7 got 7.3, and CR7 scored. Let's be, talking about that as well. Simeone, of course, the coach for Atletico Madrid. Arteta, the coach for Arsenal. Both coaches that love to play, especially Arteta more recently, parking the bus. But, Simeone is sort of like the OG on that sort of sense, where he is really providing the park the bus in the old generation, moving it forward into the new gen. And we see, Arteta sort of adopting that. Eze with a strike. It's going to go in and hit the crossbar. Rice on the rebound. And how did that not go in? Eze, so unlucky there. He almost scores 4 minutes in. And Arsenal fans are absolutely pumped in the crowd there. I mean, so far, based on this game, Arsenal are not defending. They're going all out attack, which I do appreciate from them. We love to see that sort of stuff. And what a chance by Eze. He takes the shot, deflected off of, I think that was, who's that deflecting off? Hanko. And then it just bounces off of his foot, almost goes in. Oblak has to try and make the save, but it hits the crossbar instead. How unlucky. Lamine lost 10 joules in that match. Yeah, I know. And he's still managing to pull a 7.4 off. 0 assists, 0 goals. Minimal contributions in that game, because, I did react to it live on the stream as well. Yeah, I don't understand it. And your prediction is 3-1 Real Madrid and Arsenal 2-1. Okay, fair enough. I do predict it could even be a niller here. I think maybe a 2-0 to Arsenal. I think a goal early and then a goal late. I don't think there's going to be many in the middle here. CDF punching the air right now, I know, right? Probably locked in watching the match, I would assume so. Lenormand now passing the ball forward, trying to find Simeone, and that goes straight to absolutely no one. Out. That's going to be a throw-in now for Arsenal. We're going to see 80% of ball possession here for Atletico Madrid in the outbound. That's what we're going to see. Now over to Timber. I actually really like Timber. I know he did a mistake earlier on, about 2 minutes into this game. But I actually think he's really good as a right back, pretty underrated player. I think there is a lot of, phenomenal opportunities and setups. He just sometimes makes the wrong mistake. Martinelli trying to come in here, and it's going to be defended up nice and easy by Atleti. I think it was an offside anyway, so it's going to be called back. And hi CDF, welcome to the stream. Shout out for being a Titanium T-Rex member. And you love Arsenal. You love Arsenal, yes. I actually do want Arsenal to win this game because, I despise Atletico Madrid. I actually, full on just, they're not a good team at all. Supermendy almost having a chance there. It's going to be cleaned up, and now Sorloth with the ball. A dive there by Simeone. One of his casual diving things. He actually gets a card out for one of the Arsenal players, is that? I think Lewis Skelly might have got carded there. Simeone diving on the floor. Also, PSG just scored. PSG has scored 1-0 against Leverkusen. I'll let you know who did it. Yeah, Simeone's absolutely dived there. The goal for PSG was Pacho. Pacho scored. I'm guessing it's from the corner. Yes, it's from the corner. A header goal. And yeah, Lewis Skelly, unfortunately, there is facing against Simeone's kid. An absolute just dive merchant. He is literally all he's good at. He's just the son of the coach. No skill at all. Just diving on the floor continually. I mean, he doesn't really possess much quality at all. Raya comes out and collects that one. Nice and easy there. And anyways, you'll never stop saying 92 until you're through a 9.2 magnitude earthquake. Fair enough, Sans. You invented that meme, so you have to carry it to your grave now. And Real Madrid in the top 3 in the Champions League. Yeah, I do believe that Real Madrid can actually become top 1 by the end of the league phase here, which will be good. And yes, PSG goal, of course, Pacho. Exactly. And this is now going to be Zubimendi giving a long ball over, but Timber just unable to collect that long ball. Saka's trying to pressure. He actually wins the ball back from Hanko. However, the ball goes straight out, and that's going to be now a throw-in for Atletico Madrid. And Hanko should take this one, I would assume so. Yes, he does take it. Here we go. Let's see where Hanko throws it. Doué and Dembele are back. Yes, I know. Doué and Dembele back cooking. Of course, I'm more excited to see how Dembele does, provide himself. He's not actually playing at the moment. He's on the bench. Doué is playing, so, it's glad to see, him back. Shares the same birthday as me. But yeah, I'd love to see how Ousmane comes off the bench and he sort of maybe gets back into the flow of games, because I think that he's going to be critical for France in the World Cup with Mbappe, in the front line. I do think they need a right winger of, Dembele. I know he plays striker, but I do actually think he would be better on the right wing, and then they play Ekitike striker and then left wing Mbappe. I think that's what they need to do. And this is now going to be with the ball for Atletico Madrid. They're just holding the ball up here and playing it now over to left wing here, where it's going to be with Gonzalez. Losing it now to Timber. When it's the 92nd minute in the game, you're spamming 92. I don't know if it'll reach maybe it will actually reach the 92nd minute. I think there'll be 2 additional at the end, minimum. Eze pressuring the ball. Barrios is going to clean up just back to Jimenez. And it's now going to be with Laurent, who has the same birthday. Me and Doué have the same birthday. Sherry. Me and Doué. Hanko. Now back over to Lenormand. Now to Barrios. And he's going to pass in there to Koke. Now back to Barrios. Barrios seems to be playing on the left side today. He is listed as a right mid on the lineup. But yeah, he is playing left mid. And Koke is going to be taking up that right side role here. It's now going to be with Llorente. Straight all the way back into the defense here, where Oblak's going to hold up the ball. And it depends for... Okay. Man, you really are, locked in for that 92 meme to become successful, man, Sans. You need to, start spamming that, on different channels as well. Sorloth trying to run onto the ball here. Good defense from Saliba, and that's going to be an absolute mop up there. And it's now going to be a goal kick for Raya. Good ball, good mop up by Saliba. I really think he has just very, strong defending capabilities. Personally, I like Gabriel more. I think Saliba makes a lot of mistakes, but in the end, he does have some good defensive capabilities, and he is pretty decent in terms of holding the ball up off the opponent. Zubimendi now finding a through ball to Timber, straight off the goal kick there. Now it's going to be with Timber inside, passing it over now to Zubimendi. Let's see what he does. And you're back, Assyria. I mean, you didn't even leave. You're, there for... You left for about 1 minute, so I wouldn't consider that leaving. Lewis Skelly. And now back to Gabriel. Now over to Saliba. Gabriel. And he's just going to pass back again to Saliba. Now over to Timber. Through ball by Timber. Eze's trying to run onto that. It's going to be cleared out. And nice defense there from Lenormand. And there we go. It's going to be a throw on for Saka now. Saka to Eze. Now over to Timber. Back to Saliba. And now to Gabriel. Deep ball coming into the left wing there. A little bit of a touch from Martinelli. That's going to be a shove from Llorente. I don't know if that's going to be a foul or not. I don't think that's going to be called as a foul. Can't believe it's 11 minutes already. What a rumble. I know. 11 minutes. We're already into this game. It's felt like we've been watching this for 2 minutes. Gotta be for real. But yeah, the time's actually gone fast, surprisingly. Goke. Now back into the defense with Jimenez. Jimenez is going to play a deep ball over to Hanko, who was actually going to join Al Nassr before the deal collapsed in the final minutes. And I do think we made the right choice of getting Inigo Martinez instead. Gyökeres high pressuring Oblak, and now high pressuring Jimenez, who passes the ball straight back to Oblak. There was actually no real point of Gyökeres actually doing that in the end. He sort of just ran around the field doing nothing. And it's now going to be a Oblak kick straight down the field, trying to find Sorloth. Good defense from Gabriel, and immediately lost in the return by Declan Rice. It's now going to be back over with Llorente. Now to Jimenez, back to Llorente. Now touched in the midfield by, I think that is Simeone. He's cutting very centrally, Simeone. Sorloth. Now over to Llorente. This might be a crossing opportunity for Atleti. And deep, caught by Raya. Okay. Raya's going to just distribute pretty slowly. That was a very risky distribution there. I don't know what Raya was doing. He sort of just rolls it straight at where... I'm pretty sure that was where Simeone was standing there, or Alvarez. Rice. Now over to Timber. Timber's going to hold it up. Just play it over to Zubimendi. Now back to Saliba. And Saliba's going to hold up the ball, passing over now to Gabriel. And Gabriel back to Saliba. Saliba to Zubimendi. They are playing very, much more fluently, I'd say, Arsenal than the last time I watched them, 4-2-3-1. It's not the, most attacking formation, but it is for sure much better in terms of bringing the ball up the field quickly compared to the last games. Atletico Madrid playing a 4-4-2, of course, and, most of those midfielders are dropping back into the defense to make it basically a 6 at the back. So definitely I do see Arsenal having more possession in total at the end because Atleti are going to just be kicking the ball away from the goal. Here's a chance for Saka. He takes a shot. Now touched out by Zubimendi. Eze now with the ball. Now over to Lewis Skelly. Takes a shot and it just scrapes across the post. And that's going to be a goal kick now. Wow, that was close. And hi, Lockdown fan. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Hashtag Dino Dooms. Hashtag No Gunners. Hashtag Harumble. Hashtag Poor Man's Madrid. Okay. Hashtag this, this is for Sherry the hate derby. That's what it is. Smash like for the hate derby. Lewis Skelly, close chance there, by the way. He almost scores and gets the opener. That would be phenomenal work for Lewis Skelly. Yeah, and Arteta was just slightly disappointed that that one did not go in there. It's now going to be some pressure from Simeone. Running down the field, Alvarez and Sorloth are open. There's a cross going into absolutely no one. I don't know what Timber's positioning is there, but it's atrocious. Saka has to clean up to Raya. Raya's so far out of the net, it's actually not even funny. And it's now going to be with Gyökeres, who instantly loses the ball because he doesn't know how to touch for his life. Jimenez now to Lenormand. Now over to Koke. Some pressure from Eze on Koke there. Koke's just trying to hold it up. Plays it over now to Jimenez. Eze running onto it. Saka retains the ball. Gyökeres now with it. Back to Saka. That was a good play by Gyökeres. And Saka now playing it over to Martinelli. There's a foul there, and I think that might be offside in the end, so it doesn't matter. Okay, and W's a series for smashing like W's. Everyone else, make sure you smash that. Okay, so now Koke. Back into the defense here for Laurent. Now to Lenormand. Now into the midfield for Barrios. And to Alvarez. Okay, Alvarez now passing over to Barrios again. Now to Simeone, the dive merchant. Alvarez now touching it. It's going to cut into Barrios. Back to Alvarez, who I think is the best player on the field, by the way. I really think that Julian Alvarez is by far such a quality player. I mean, he might not be the best player in most people's opinions, but he is such a good player, and probably Atletico Madrid's best player, that is for sure. A guarantee. I think that Julian Alvarez is literally such a high-quality guy. Man City also just scored against Villarreal right then. I'll give you an update on who did indeed score in that game. We're about to wait and see. I will let you guys know. So it's a goal by Haaland, and it looks like Savinho might have assisted that one. There we go. Didn't you pass MSM Mogul? I think you didn't. Maybe. I think maybe I miscounted one thing. I might have to add it on, but I did add, you're on $2 before CDF, and now you're on 15. So, maybe I've miscalculated. I might have to add on. Oh, yeah, because I forgot the upgrade package. Yeah, I'll add that on. Yeah. Yeah, WCDF. I think you'll be on I think you won't pass, but you'll be on 22, so you'll still be in second. Gabriel. Now over to Saliba. Timber. Now to Saliba. Come on, just start pressing forward again, Arsenal, because to be honest, you're much better at the start of the game, first 5 minutes where you're actually pressing up the field very quickly, coming as quick as possible. And Timber now over to Saka. One touch there. Nice touch by Saka. Timber with the nice, lovely chop. Eze in the box. Back to Timber. He goes and passes it through to absolutely no one. That was a bad play by Timber in the end. He did get the ball twice in the box there, and that was almost phenomenal gameplay by Arsenal, but they just didn't have the finishing touch. Saka was dropping back to help defend. Hi, Michael. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good. Saka now with the ball here, and it's now going to be a free kick for Atletico. I think he fouls Barrios on the return there. And, yeah, you're watching your every video's W series. I know, that's absolutely clutch of you. absolute GOAT. And Arsenal will give Real Madrid a lesson how not to concede 6 goals versus Atletico. Yeah, but the problem is that Real Madrid weren't playing defensively in that game. Arsenal were playing defensively here. They're not playing too defensively, but they're playing defending, which is for sure, what Real Madrid weren't doing. We're not good at covering set pieces, not the best centre-backs as well. Simeone diving again, Lewis Skelly not even near him, and he just completely just falls to the ground. The referee ignores it completely. No excuses. It's definitely no excuses there. Okay, Saliba. Now to Eze. Just going to double-check who assisted that Haaland goal as well. Just going to make sure it was Rico Lewis, not Savinho. Here's a chance for Saka, and Oblak runs out, gets the tackle on there. Saka on the ground in the box. Definitely not a pen. I think Saka's absolutely diving there. He has the highest rating so far, Saka. And now it's going to be over to Lenormand. Oblak's now on the ground here, on the floor in the box. I definitely think he's just dove. Maybe if he gets subbed off here, that might be a very good chance for Arsenal actually to get, a weaker goalkeeper on the field here, because currently the only goalkeeper in the subs for Atleti are Juan Musso, who has made, let's see how many appearances this guy's made for Atletico Madrid. So far this season, 0 appearances. Last season, he made 9 appearances. And then for Atalanta, he made 99 appearances between 2021 and 2024. So he's definitely got some experience in the Serie A, because he also played for Udinese before. But yeah, it would be bad to see Oblak coming off the field here. That's for sure for Atleti fans. Looks like Oblak's okay. Looks like he's going to be okay. It's going to end in a draw, you predict? Yeah, I mean, it's likely it might end in a draw, but I do think that Arsenal just edge a win here, because I think that they've got slightly better attacking, form. Their win form at the moment's good, and also the fact that Atleti have been, fumbling against teams that aren't Real Madrid. What a joke. Olympiacos, also you gotta love the Spanish press, saying Yamal was hurt and would miss El Clasico. I know, exactly, fake. Yamal's not injured. And then the fact as well, I don't know what Olympiacos were doing. I thought they would come back when they scored, disallowed, and then they got a goal again. I thought it was a comeback. I thought they were going back and they were going to finish Barca off and get maybe a draw there, 2-2. And then they completely just fumbled out of the park. There's me never trusting Olympiacos again at all. Yamal hiding in his bedroom. I mean, that's what he's been doing, definitely, with the injuries he's been getting. Rice. You don't have front teeth? Oh, burn, Sherry. What? A French fry could pass through CDF's gap tooth. Okay, that is... I don't know. I don't even know what's going on there. Just the banter is too much for me. Raya. Let's lock into the commentation here. Raya to Rice. Now to Saliba. Why are Arsenal passing backwards, by the way? I don't understand what the need to pass back there was. Eze just losing the ball in the header there. Cleaned up by Koke. Now back to Lenormand. Finding a through ball to Barrios. Unsuccessful. Now straight back to Jimenez in the defense. And it's going to be all the way back to Oblak. And derby predictions 2-1 for Madrid. But I think Barca are a little bit better. The control of the game and good defense. So they might win. Let's be serious. But let's hope for the best. I do actually think that we will get a win against Barca in this derby. I have a feeling, I mean, I'm not going to jinx it, so if we lose by a big margin like last year, then so be it. I mean, it's not me jinxing it, but I feel a bit confident in the fact that our attack's much better. We've got a nice link up between Vinny and Mbappe. Ardagula, phenomenal performances as well. He was rested last game due to the fact that he needs to perform against Juventus and then now against, Barcelona on the weekend, by the way, which will be streaming. But yeah, definitely, I do think that we have a chance much better than last year as well. Especially, I think Xabi Alonso's press is going to work against Barca. It didn't work against Atleti, but I think it's because Atleti is a defending team. Barca doesn't defend. And they got a lot of injuries as well, Barca. I mean, Yamal's one was fake, but the other ones are genuine injuries. Saka winning the ball back. This is a very good chance here. Okay, Saka's an absolute fumble merchant. If he just passed over to Gyökeres, that was a clear goal-scoring opportunity. And did I see Yamal create a website to charge for autographs? Why would he do that, man? I mean, I honestly don't care what Yamal does. I liked him when he was in the Euros. I don't like him anymore. I think he's a pretty dislikable person. I just don't get it. How I think sometimes stuff happens where you just take all stuff in a bit wrong. And he's obviously in an environment where he's taken stuff in wrong, which is Barcelona. I think their environment's pretty toxic. But yeah, I did like him before when he was a little bit more composed. He didn't like just completely yap every time before a game, post Instagram posts saying how good he is and stuff. He just proved himself. Sorloth in the box. He's probably going to dive there. There's a shot that just gets deflected away by Timber. And Gyökeres doing some high press. Again, Gyökeres not really doing much in these games, I got to say. But I think it's just because of the fact that he needs to get more settled into the Prem. And then also the fact that Arteta doesn't know what to do with a striker. That's a natural striker, not like a Martinelli type striker or a Mourinho type striker, that aren't really, but they play in the, that forward role. And let's read some of this stuff. And bro, check FootMob UCL predictions. Okay, how do I do that? I've never done a FootMob UCL. Like, do I do that in the Champions League or something? I've never seen a UCL prediction in FootMob. Wow. Yeah. Okay, you have to tell me, FootChill. All I look at FootMob for is the lineups and the ratings. I don't really check for predictions. I sort of just predicted myself. Raya coming out and tackling so far out of the box. There's a shot, and Arsenal almost concede a goal from, just nothing there. And imagine when you have a huge salary and charging fans for your autograph. What an afty. I know. I don't get it. Go to a UCL match and knockout. Okay. Oh, I see. So it's like... Also, it's showing the playoffs and then the knockout as well, okay? And it says, Real Madrid or Barca versus blah, 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 blah. Okay. I get what you're saying here. And since people were selling his autographs, his dad, an agent, advised him to start charging for autographs. Okay. And, Sherry, Barca dogs, a burden to our society. Okay. What? Our civilization's ever experienced. Okay. I'm not going to... Let's just lock in here. And you're asking ChatGPT to make you a QR code that leads to a website with your links. Okay, Sans, go ahead. Yeah. This is now going to be over to Gabriel. Now to Rice. Pressing forward. Martinelli. If we get a goal before halftime, I'll be grateful of this match. Maybe... Haram ball matches aren't as bad as we thought. Gyökeres with a header. It goes to absolutely no one. This is going to be with Zubamendi. Now to Timber. Good again. Zubamendi's cuts are phenomenal. That is an atrocious start. I don't know what Zubamendi's doing. I think he's absolutely... Timber. I don't know what he's done there. He's absolutely just fumbled. What is that shot, man? That is so bad. Gyökeres pressuring now. Okay, and it's now going to be over to Lewis Skelly. A little bit of a touch there from Lewis Skelly, just a wall, and it doesn't go to anyone. It's now going to be back with Barrios. As we thought, this is a very flip match, where they just keep switching sides. Simeone crossing to no one because he doesn't know how to play, football. All he knows how to do is do swim lessons and dive. It's now going to be a goal kick. You might share the link in the Discord, but maybe not. Okay, good. Sans... Showing someone on the Arsenal bench there. I'm pretty sure... is that the Atleti side of the bench? I'm not too sure who exactly that is. Maybe my ball knowledge is dropping, but if someone knows who that old guy is, do let me know. This is now Timber to Saka. And now Eze. Eze to Saka. Saka's going to hold the ball up there, and he's just going to pass that through to Timber again, who is very, central there, actually, Timber. Gyökeres with it, just holding up the ball. He might pass back towards Saka, which he does. Finds Timber instead. Timber now back to Saliba. And Saliba now over to Gabriel. Rice now to Martinelli. Come on, Martinelli, just cross it in, please. Please just cross it in. Deep cross going in. Eze... almost found there. There's a little bit of a foul on Gyökeres, possibly, I think. Also a handball from Alvarez. It's now actually a solo run. It's Alvarez versus Gabriel. Alvarez might have a chance here to actually score for Atletico Madrid, and that is going to be good defense from Saliba and Gabriel to absolutely pocket him. Back to Barrios. It goes, and now over to Simeone. Let's see him dive on the floor. I guarantee he's going to dive in the box here. My prediction. Or he sends across to no one. Okay. And Raya catches that. Nice, easy catch there. Atletico will be gone by late second half. Triple teaming players upfield will be tiring. Yeah, I do expect that. The fact that they're, relying on fast counters actually to beat Arsenal here, which, is a good system. That's what Newcastle did, but definitely I don't think it's going to work in this game specifically because really the only fast players you have is Simeone and Alvarez. The rest of them are too slow. You bought the £300 membership from Stake. Wow, I don't actually know what that is, but W's Owen, I guess. I hope it was value for money. Yeah, Barca fans standing on their morals in a wheelchair. Why? Saliba. Now over to Martinelli. And Martinelli back over to Lewis Skelly. We could see a cross going in. Deep cross coming in. There might actually be a penalty call there again. The referee just ignores it for now, but that did look very, very penalty-ish from Atleti, of course. And then there's also play-on advantage from the referee there. Arsenal seem to be fouled again. It's played on. Saka. Hopefully we get a good win tomorrow and Zabi does not do another Ancelotti in El Clasico. Yeah, if we get a win against Juventus, we might be more confident against, Barca in the El Clasico. So hopefully, yeah, we get a win, strong win, and then we go on confident, and then we, get some sort of, return in the El Clasico, and we don't get the embarrassment that we had last season where we had so many goals conceded so quickly. It wasn't even the fact that we lost. I would understand a 2-1 loss. I would understand a 1-0 loss, a 3-2. But the fact that all the goals were conceded like back to back so quickly from one another made so much noise pollution. It's actually insane. Lewis Skelly, they're showing his replay here where there was a possible foul on Martinelli in the box, I think. Yeah, that definitely looked like a foul. Juve are too cold nowadays, though. Yeah, I know Juventus starting to climb back up into the terms of a team that's actually a respectable one to face. The referee's actually still checking for the VAR here. He's talking to Simeone. I don't think this is going to come to anything here. I think he's just telling Simeone to stop diving because he's an absolute dive merchant, and that's what he is. Dortmund's also scored 1-0 against FC Copenhagen. They scored in the 20th minute, and Mencha was the one who scored, and the assist was from Job Bellingham. Wow, Job really getting his assist in the Champions League there. Lewis Skelly and Simeone have a little bit of a brawl inside the box there before this corner sent in. Here we go. Saka's going to send it. Deep send. It's going to be collected outside. It's 2 a.m. for you, lockdown. Wow, that's a huge dedication if it's 2 a.m. for you, man. W's for being on the stream. And Real versus Atletico was very odd, though. Didn't feel right. Yeah, it felt like Real was not working against a team that defends, and we saw that against Getafe, a team that just defends the whole game we don't perform well on. And Atletico calling for fouls that don't exist every minute. Yeah, you understand now what Real Madrid has to deal with every single time we verse these guys. Just the worst stuff ever. Luckily, that doesn't work in the Champions League for, Arsenal, but in La Liga, this stuff is called every 10 seconds. Simeone could not be touched even. He would get a foul. Rice. Now over to Timber. Timber's now going to hold it up. Back to Saliba. The tempo of this match has definitely calmed down slightly here. Gabriel to Saliba. Now to Timber. And Timber is going to just hold up the ball before playing it back to Saliba. Yeah, okay, we're just getting past him to the back, don't we? Saliba to Timber. Good through ball there. That was it was pretty slow. Hanko intercepted that, but it was going to be a good through ball if that had a little bit more pace. And Atletico kick it straight out. There was not even any pressure on them. They just kick it straight out. Oh my goodness, it started where they're just going to play defending the whole game. At least Eze actually looks like he wants to attack. The rest of these guys don't. Gonzalez now pacing up the field. Okay, this might actually be a good attack for Atleti. Gonzalez forward, passing it to Alvarez. Heavy touch by Alvarez. He sends one player, absolutely pocketed by Zubamendi there. No chance for him to get past. Gyökeres now sprinting onto this challenge here. And Gyökeres gets past one. He's absolutely slammed to the floor. And this is going to be a free kick for Arsenal. Yellow card coming out there for... I think Hanko got the yellow card. No, it was Jimenez. Yeah, I do think that there was a dive there from Gyökeres. And welcome back, Sands. Yeah, that looks kind of divish from Gyökeres, I got to say. Maybe there was a touch. Nah, that's a shield of the ball. I mean, he's kind of going for the man there. He's not really going for the ball, Jimenez, so there's an argument that it's not a dive. It's a yellow card, but he's definitely shielding somewhat. I mean, I can't believe I'm defending an Atletico player here, but that is a very sort of mixed decision from the referee. Arsenal have a free kick regardless, though. Grimaldo misses a pen, and Leverkusen, red card for Leverkusen. Whoa, Andrich got a red card? How's that even possible? I can't believe as well Grimaldo missed a pen after scoring so many free kicks. I want to see. So how did they get the red card exactly? It doesn't say here. I don't have the match open, so I can't see it. But that is surprising. I did not expect Leverkusen to get a red card in that game. I thought it'd be tighter as well. I thought it'd be a 2-0 for PSG. I'll give you more updates on how the red card was got once I, see more visual aids on that. At the moment, I don't have any because it just happened. Yeah, you saw on FootMob. Same, I just checked it then myself. Here we go. It's going to be Saka taking the free kick here. Yeah, pen on post. Yeah, I did see that. Which is, again, interesting. He's scoring free kicks. He doesn't score a pen. I think penalties are hard. Would it be penalties? I think have more pressure than a free kick, I think. I think a free kick's a little bit more chill. Here we go. Saka with the free kick being sent in. It's going to be a back free kick. Crossed in by Zubimendi, and it goes to absolutely no one. Defended up nicely by Lenormand. Why Jimenez no red for booting the ball? I have no idea. It's because they pick and choose when they want to give red cards to that stuff. And, they used to do that in the past for very controversial chances. But, yeah, unfortunately, they don't anymore. Would have loved to see Atletico get a red card. Ray absolutely slammed the ball before, by the way. You can see your TV showing the fish tank. Yeah, I know. You can see it. It's actually a advert. It's an advert. Because I am playing that there, so I'm playing myself. I already explained this in another one way I would say after this challenge by Saka. There's a goal for Arsenal, and it's 1-0. Martinelli scores it. Saka assist. It's offside. Decreased. I think that was offside anyway. I was pretty sure. And yeah, there's actually an injury on the ground here. I think it's a dive from Gonzalez. Yeah, that is offside for sure. So let's have a look. So yeah, the dive by Gonzalez, definitely it's a dive. No challenge there. That's not a card. And then Saka, yeah, Martinelli's far offside. I think Saka was gone for the shot maybe, but he just is unsuccessful in that. Save electricity? No, so basically I'll explain it now. I play myself on the TV over there so I can actually see, because I can't see what's on my screen here. So in case there's like a pop-up or something, like, when someone says new subscribe or whatever, I can actually see it because it'll come on the corner of my eye and I'll be able to, react to it, because every other time I'm not able to do that. And I'm sort of just surprised when it happens. Raya wishing he played winger. I know Raya at the moment is trying to cope that he's not a left back or a right back, because the way he's playing so far in this game, he's literally playing in the on-field. Okay, this is going to be now a throw in here for Atletico, and they're already time wasting here at Atletico. They're throwing a ball away and they're gone to get another one. They're walking to the throw in. So yeah, I think Atleti's fine to get a draw here, to be honest, just with how they're playing at the moment. And read your comment. Okay, Owen. Do a stream where every like is 5 more minutes of streaming and you can't end stream until the timer is over while playing random games like Minecraft, Roblox, or anything else. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I think that's a good stream idea. And we should say a baseline, like the base stream's like 30 minutes or something. So, in case I get like 1 like, then, it's 35 minutes at least. Here we go. It's now over to Hanko. And a little bit of a collection there from Gonzalez, but he just kicks that straight out. However, I do think that Atleti have won a free kick here, possibly. Supermendy's saying there was no foul at all. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's no foul there. Gonzalez just completely dives to the floor. Completely just dives. I can't believe that the ref... And yellow card out for Zubimendi too, so they do actually give this stupidity to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. By the way, you saw a short somewhere. A Barca fan was eating cake, and his girlfriend was cleaning his mouth with, like, Madrid and Juventus kit. What? Okay, I don't know what you've got on your feed, Cherry. Okay, just keep that to yourself next time. Alvarez sending that in deep, and that is going to be cleared away. Simeone collecting on the left wing there. Saka defending Simeone. Good job, Saka. Get rid of that Muppet. Okay, and then Saka sends it deep over to Martinelli. This might be a poor touch. Martinelli actually touches that superiorly, and straight out for an Arsenal throw. Kicked off of the back of Gonzalez. Just showing the offside replay for that Martinelli chance. Yeah, for sure offside. No doubt about that. Telling you bro is a weirdo. You might be CDF. I think whatever your... First of all, it's okay. Second of all, I don't know what's getting on your feed, man. How are you getting recommended that stuff? What is going on? Okay. And this is now going to be over to Gabriel. Rice. Saliba. Back to Rice. Now to Gabriel. Secret ending. He is Owen. You're watching Ronaldo edits? How did you get to that by watching Ronaldo edits? Yeah, something on your feed is wrong, man. Something is wrong. Eze. Now over to Martinelli. Martinelli lobs it. Trying to find Rice. Unsuccessful, but Rice does manage to win it back off of the Atletico players and kicks it straight out. It's going to be a goal kick for Atleti. Rice just tapping his, a little bit of his cleats there because he thinks that he might have tripped over one of them. Tell you why a short on your feed said, you just killed your grandma and Doke showed up. Okay, Sans. What? Okay, you guys need to change your feeds. You need to change them. You need to reset your YouTube or your Instagram or your TikTok feeds. I don't know what you watch off. Just reset them, please, because that sounds really strange. Timber. Header in the ball. Eze collecting. Now it's going to be with Saliba trying to get it off Sorloth. And that is another dive from Atleti Gonzalez. He absolutely slams to the floor because he is a dive merchant. And that is going to be a free kick for Atletico Madrid. Yeah, dive. Yeah, 100% a dive. It's now going to be back to Jimenez. Lenormand. Simeone. Horrendous touch. He just touches it straight out. I don't know how that guy's been picked as a player, man. Just get that guy off the field. He's not even good. He's not even good. He's literally just dives. That's all he does. Dives and complains. Zero talent. This is now going to be over to Lewis Skelly. Deep throw. And now being pressured upfield by Gyökeres. He might be able to get some sort of chance here. And it's going to be thrown now for Arsenal. Gyökeres did a good job to just push his way across from Lenormand to force out that clearance. And need a factory reset. Yeah, what the heck did you just write in the chat? Sherry? Okay. Speaking of Sans, a very weird YouTuber named Sans has 143 subscribers with a hand-drawn picture for his profile picture. Oh, that sounds like someone I know. Lewis Skelly's going to do a throw in here. Here we go. Lewis Skelly. Deep throw. And it's going to be cleared away there by Lenormand, controlled by Eze. There's a shot on the volley, and that is gone out. Alvarez on the ground again, diving. What is even happening in this match? All that's happening is just complete dives continually. Just diving and diving and more diving. That's all that is happening. Okay, this is now going to be Oblak taking the goal kick. Why are all of them dolphins all the time. I know this is exactly what Harambol is, you know. This is the pinnacle of Harambol. Okay, throwing now for Atletico Madrid. Simeone is going to take this. Let's see what he does for the throw-in. No way, bro. He's actually diving on the sideline as well. That's actually insane. Here we go. Score predictions, guys. If you want to update them, it's the 43rd minute. Please feel free to update the score predictions. Sorry for hitting the mic there. Yeah, go ahead. Deep throw. There's a little bit of header from Gabriel. Saka clears that downfield, and it's going to be rushed by Gyökeres. Unsuccessful rush because Lenormand touches it, and that's another dive by Atletico Madrid, and it's going to be a free kick for them. Lenormand on the ground again. Let's have a look at this dive. Yeah, okay, there was a touch by Rice. It's very divish, but there is a touch. I can argue for a free kick there as well. Okay, here we go. Free kick. Oh, and what is Leon Moore? Should you make a book about 92 with all the words being 92? Sure, go ahead, Sands. Biggest dive merchants, Atleti, I know. Like, I get that was some sort of a foul because, you know, Rice just did the follow through into the body. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, they just keep fumbling, just falling on the ground. Like, just, I don't know. That is an amazing free kick by Alvarez. I didn't even have words to comprehend. Okay. Wow. I actually can't believe he sent that in. It just goes out on the left side. I mean, no need to save that. And welcome back, Asiri. Napoli is losing. I can't believe that as well, actually. Napoli 2. PSV Eindhoven winning 2-1. So McTominay scored in the 31st. Then Buongiorno scored an own goal in the 35th. And then Seibari scored in the 39th to make it 2-1 for PSV Eindhoven. Wow, that was, you know, interesting match right there. Leverkusen 1-1 to PSG. Oh, 3-1 to PSG. Wow, my scoreline didn't update there. So Pacho, Doué, and Kvaratskhelia scored, and Garcia scored in the 38th, a penalty. Okay, so it is 3-1. There's a red card actually for PSG as well. Zabarni got a red card, double yellow. Interesting. So that evens the game out a lot there, I guess. Evens it out. Inter 1-0 against Union Saint-Gilloise. Dumfries scored. Now it's actually 2-0 because a goal just happened there from Lautaro Martinez. And yeah, didn't even touch him for that free. I would argue he was touched there slightly, CDF. I think that he was touched before. Was that by Saka? I don't know, but it's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. Sorry, I was just reading out all the scores, so I didn't see. Also, Man City 2-0 to Villarreal. Bernardo Silva did score in the 40th minute there. Probably his only goal for another 3 weeks. Rice sends the ball lobbed in. It's going to be controlled outside the box by Lewis Skelly. A little bit of a touch there from Gyökeres. It's going to be sent back now to Barrios, who's going to hold the ball up. No, he wasn't. He dove forward. Yeah, I know he dove forward, but there was a touch there, I'm pretty sure. Now this is going to be back to Oblak, who just sends the ball straight out for a throw in here. And it's now going to be a Arsenal throw. Still 1 minute remaining of additional time. It's already been up, so now they're on borrowed time here, Arsenal. Zubimendi crosses in. Martinelli with the header. That is almost a goal. And this could be a penalty here for Arsenal. I don't know if they're going to give this to the referee. Let's have a look. So Rice passes back. There's a good cross by Zubimendi. Martinelli does look offside. We'll have to wait and see. There seems to be some sort of something on Martinelli there. I don't think it's a pen. And yes, 3-1 PSG. Assyria, every time you say like a goal or something, I've already read it out by the time you've said it in the chat. When you write it again, I've already said it. Hi, Abdullah. Welcome to the stream. You're going to be happy. 2-0 Man City, by the way. Also, Newcastle 1-0 against Benfica. Gordon scored in the 32nd minute there. And read CDF's messages. Okay. Dino, the closest Atleti supporter. The closet. What? Closet or okay, I don't even know why I just read that. I mean, I got this. Okay, this does not mean anything. This does not mean anything. Do not take it. I have this, but I never wear it, okay? I have it as part of a football collection. This does not mean anything, okay? I promise you, this does not mean anything. Okay? I promise. I don't like Atletico Madrid. I despise them. I was given this to someone by someone as a troll. I do not like them. And you can see this by me there. It's on the floor. I don't care. I don't care about that jersey. Okay? You can take what you will. I knew it. He dreams about Julian Alvarez and Simeone. What the heck, bro? I don't like Simeone or Julian. I hate every Atleti player, but Alvarez I kind of like. The rest of them I don't. I hate all of them. All Black actually is a little, All Black's fine, I guess. Your dad told you to sleep. You want to watch the second half? Nah, that's unfortunate. Always listen to your parents, but, maybe you can watch the Man City match second half. I don't know. Maybe you can. Got Simeone photo. I don't have Simeone's photo. No, I don't. I don't like Simeone. I think he's the worst coach ever. And hi, Indu. Just halftime. Got to be on stream as always right now in the stadium. W's to being at the stadium, by the way. And are you surprised that PSV Eindhoven are winning 2-1, by the way? I'm personally surprised. I did not expect that, but, PSV doing what they can. W's, exactly. And, yeah, they won't. 2-0 Man City against Villarreal. Don't think they're going to lose. So, you can sleep. I don't think you have to worry about Villarreal scoring 3 goals. And no, you're not, Owen. You're not in the stadium, man. I know you're not in the stadium. Otherwise, you wouldn't be chatting on the chat. You'd be like Indu, only chatting at halftime. Surprised Napoli did not play good and own goal. Yeah, I know. I can't actually believe that as well. If I take a look here currently, Beyond Giorno has a 4.9 rating on FootMob, which tells me he's not doing great. McTominay's so far got the highest rating with Kevin De Bruyne. Now, I don't know how they're playing because I'm not watching that game specifically, but, I can see that link up working pretty well. Till getting an assist. Wow. Till to Saibari getting an assist. That duo's been good for PSV so far, and same with Perisic. And I think also Veerman, that sort of left side link up is usually good for PSV, so we'll have to see how that turns out the final, portion of this game, the second half. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that PSV are actually getting the dub here so far. Also, Copenhagen 1-1 to Dortmund. Anton scored an own goal at the 33rd, and yeah, that's a 1-1. I'm very surprised about that as well. Joe Bellingham's first start in the Champions League, I believe. I believe it's his first start. He was having a lot of pressure being applied to Dortmund because, he was not happy he was not playing games. He was not happy at all. And Arsenal are the best. You said it yourself, Sherry. And, you got to go. No problem, John. See you later. By the way, Sherry, time yourself out for bad spelling. Man, what is this beef? It's goofy beef. Yes, you are, bro. Arsenal Stadium, aka Arsenal match. Okay, what's the Arsenal Stadium called without searching it up, Owen? But you have to as well. I don't know. No, you're not on the Discord. I was going to say you have to send a photo of yourself in the stadium in the Discord. Not of yourself. You can just take a photo of the crowd. I don't know. You got a Vinny ad? That's crazy. No way Vinny's sponsoring my videos now. Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate it. Smash like for Vinny sponsoring. Etihad. So that's a good guess for the Arsenal Stadium name. The Etihad, definitely could be the name. Yeah, definitely the name. I think Owen's searching up. W Vinny. Yeah, exactly. W Vinny. What else is happening in the world of football currently? Tomorrow we got games for Athletic Bilbao versus Karabang. We got Galatasaray versus Bodo Glimt. Atalanta versus Slavia Prague. We got Bayern versus Club Brugge. Chelsea versus Ajax. Frankfurt versus Liverpool. Monaco versus Tottenham. Real Madrid versus Juventus. And Sporting versus Marseille. And it's the... who said? Indu said it's the Emirates. Owen, you said you took too long. Owen, the Emirates, time was up already about 20 seconds ago. I can't believe you searched that one up. It's Etihad Stadium. Okay, you're not a true Arsenal supporter, CDF, if you're saying Etihad Stadium is the name of the... Okay, what? My brain does not compute at all. For football streams, the like button becomes a football, so 92 streams should have the like button become a 92. Wait, it actually does? Is the like button a football? I need to check. Okay, I actually need to try this on my own device. Okay. It's a football. It's a football. What? It actually is. It's actually a football. I'm not even capping. You can de-click the like button, re-click it. I promise you, if you've already liked, I'm not forcing people to like here, but de-click and re-click it. It's actually a football animation. I'm going to look at that again. Yeah, the ball spins in. Wow. How does YouTube know that I'm doing a football stream? Al Hilal, after 2 goals up, concede 2. Hope they lose. Yeah, I hope they get squashed. Hope they actually get squashed. Disgraceful team. Oh yeah, the second goal's just been scored at the 73rd. Okay, I see. Koulibaly got a goal and an assist. Man, what is that guy doing? So people rate Ronaldo? What? Okay, I don't even know what that means. Sherry, yeah, you deleted your message there. And little bro, your laptop's so slow. You're weird. You meant to do that. It's definitely Emirates. Pele is better than Ronaldo. Absolute just cap, because Pele said he said himself that Ronaldo is like the best player of all time. Your stream literally says UEFA champions. Dino, of course it's a football. I know, but like, how does the like button do that? I mean, I've never seen that before. This is genuinely my first time ever seeing that it's done that. Ever. Man, that's like crazy. That is something I did not ever imagine would happen. Does it do that for like the gaming streams? Does it become like a game control or something like that? How did Bernardo Silva score? Because they're versing washed Villarreal. That's how Bernardo Silva scored. Let me guess, a tap-in? Oh, tap-in, yeah. Was a tap-in. Bernardo Silva. How old is Bernardo? 31. Jeez, he does not have longevity like Cristiano. Let's just say that for sure. Man. Rico Lewis is actually doing a good game so far. Same with Savinho, both playing phenomenally. Haaland, of course, goal every game now. Came out 1 week ago. Okay, I see. Yeah, I'd never seen that feature before. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. New feature. You know, well done, YouTube. Well done. Just showing the replay here for Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. I'm absolutely tired because it's 11 p.m. I might do an earlier stream tomorrow because what's on tomorrow? We got what matches? So tomorrow we will cover Al Nassr versus FC Goa in 4:45 p.m. So yeah, I'll do an earlier stream tomorrow. So we got that. And then our next match to be covered will be at 10 p.m. Real Madrid versus Juventus. Now, I will try and get back for that one on time. I might be like 2 minutes late to it. Unfortunately, Dynamite cannot do the streams by himself anymore. That is a thing that cannot happen anymore. And there is a reason why, but you know, I don't really want to go on the lengthy explanation of it. But yeah, Dynamites can only be on the streams with me. So yeah, I will try get back on time for my training. Hopefully I do. I might be 5 minutes late to Real Madrid versus Juventus, but I'll be there for FC Goa versus Al Nassr, 100%. And yeah, Raya, man, he actually, his defending is phenomenal. I just saw the replay there of when he tackled Simeone and then they missed an open goal at Atletico. I mean, what is Raya doing? No wonder they called this match a rumble. Jeez. Why is he playing left back? And Owen White, you a member yet? You spend $300 on steak? That's so greedy. You don't have to be a member. It's okay. Man, what is Raya doing? Galaxy Z Fold 7 I'm getting advertised as well now. Both the managers annoy you? Yeah, I know. Both the managers, you know. Personally, for me, I don't hate Arteta as much as I hate Simeone. Simeone is an absolute just NPC. That's what he is. Yeah, I literally despise Simeone. I actually don't hate Hansi Flick. I don't. I think Hansi Flick's a respectable manager. I don't like Laporta. I really despise Laporta, but I think Hansi Flick's respectable. You understand, Dino, the same happened when your little brother did a live stream, and then your live stream access got removed for 24 hours. Yeah, exactly. Now you understand. And at least they aren't bald. Yeah, at least Simeone and Arteta, at least Arteta's got some sort of fashion sense, and Simeone is, you know, not bald. It would be worse if Simeone was bald and he had no beard, and his kid was bald and had no beard and playing. Cherry is a jobless poor student, so he has an excuse. What? Okay, I don't know what you guys are yapping about. Why am I getting an ad of someone shaving? What the heck is going on? Do you know the best coach? Arteta is great because of his attacking mindset. Okay, you are absolutely yapping. There is no way you just said Arteta is the best coach. What the heck? What the heck, man? No way I just heard the words come out of your mouth or on the text that Arteta is the best coach. What? It doesn't even crack top 10. Doesn't even crack top 10. Best coach is Sir Alex Ferguson. Let's just get that straight first. I guess Arsene Wenger does get in the top 10. Cool, I will say that for Arsenal fans. Arsene Wenger is in the top 10. I would say the top 5, to be honest, probably... who would I put in my top 5? Sir Alex Ferguson first. Don Carlos in there. I also think... Who else? Trying to think. Don Carlos, Sir Alex. I'm missing someone important. Jose Mourinho. Trying to think. Jurgen Klopp I'll put in the top 5. No, I wouldn't put him in top 5. I'll put him in the top 7. Pep, I have to put Pep in the top 7. I'm very reluctant to, but sure. Napoli have kept 7 clean sheets. How they are losing right now. Hope the second half goes better. Otherwise, it'll be a boring match for you. Yeah, I know. Hopefully, Napoli do get a win here because I personally like Napoli, actually. I do hope AC Milan win the Serie A, but, you know, I like Napoli. That's why you're not poor. You got paid so much money because your toilet was a What? Okay, I don't even know why I just read that. And Indu, by the way, you're going to go enjoy the match. Goodbye. Yes, please get off this chat. It's genuinely disgraceful, this chat that I've just read. Yeah, please. Thank you. Have a nice rest of your match, Indu. Hopefully, Napoli do have some good luck here. What is going on, bro? And so let's read what Owen says. So basically, Dino grew up to be a trumpeter. So he went to Roblox HQ and asked to buy Roblox. To buy Roblox, so he buys Roblox and gives every one of his subs mod. Okay. Yeah, it's just so loud. Yeah, I mean, I would understand. Al Hilal 3-1. Oh, did their goal get denied? Okay, yeah, I see. Oh, it's Firmino. Bobby Firmino's on the other team. I just realized. I didn't know he plays with a fifth. A fifth and Firmino play on the same team there. Wow. So that's where he went. And their team's actually very Brazilian. They got Otavio, Claudinho, Giovanni. Not Otavio from, Cotia or Al Nassr. Yeah, so the new goal is by Milinkovic-Savic. Okay. From a free kick. The right-footed shot to the bottom right corner. So Milinkovic-Savic scored a free kick. Koulibaly goal assist. Ruben Neves assist. Okay. And Akicek? Who the heck is Yusuf Akicek? When did Hilal get a 19-year-old Turkish player? Huh? When did they get this guy? He came from Fenerbahce. Hilal just pulled some random guy up into their team. By the way, match is going to start any second now. I just realized the time has been playing this whole time. Thank you, chat, for reminding me. I really do appreciate you guys. And by a Guna, watch the game. Yes, Guna, with the skull emoji there. We love to Guna. Arteta speaks like a 7-ish languages. What a G. Okay. And what happened to that 24-hour live stream video? Still processing. Still processing. I can actually tell you if it's still processing right now. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Let's go to content. Let's go to live. And let's scroll all the way down to where we see our 24-hour live stream in solitary confinement. And what do you know? Wait, I'm still scrolling it. What do you know? Processing will begin shortly. Still says that after 5 weeks, or I don't even know, 4 weeks. How long has it been since then? See, Arteta is the coach of the... Arteta is not coach of the year. Maybe he's coach of the day. He's not he's coach of the minute. He's not coach of the year. He doesn't even break coach of the day, man. Hey, you're not lying. He actually does. Okay, but it doesn't make him a better coach, does it? Okay, let's press start on the timer in 3, 2, 1. Call it ref. And... 0. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I had to hold that one in. Bro learned Italian just because he likes the culture. I mean, fair enough. You know, he's a G outside of football, but to make him a G on the field, you know, on the touchline. This is going to be now with Barrios. No substitutions for the first half as well. Yeah, it doesn't, but what a G. Okay. CR7. Sue! As well, by the way, guys, we only need 2 more members and we get 2 new emojis. And I'm going to put Real Madrid emoji as one of them, by the way. So, yeah, just letting you guys know. This is going to be now with Eze. Over to Gyökeres. He is fouled there. It's going to be a free kick for Arsenal. Maybe Real Madrid will go after Arteta once he cleans up for Arsenal this year. I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case ever. I don't think ever it will be the case. I think that Arteta is never going to Real Madrid. Maybe if he wins something this year, he'll stay at Arsenal. I don't think he's going to go to a job after Arsenal, to be honest. I think he's done once he's finished with Arsenal. Okay, and it's going to be now with Llorente, who gives the ball to no one. Good hold-up play by Martinelli, who's now playing AM, and Eze's playing left wing here, actually. So they have swapped positions, Eze and Martinelli. Eze back to Gabriel. Now over to Saliba. Timber. Now over to Saka. And Saka now trying to dribble through. He passes one. Still going in. Takes a shot, Saka. I don't know what Saka was doing there. He shouldn't have shot. And Timber still with the ball. Timber gets past Hanko. Good chop there. Hanko dives. It's going to be played on. Timber still going. Timber's still past about 3 of them. And it's going to be a corner now. It looks like that Atletico are complaining. That's absolute cap there. This is Harumble. I know. Look how much diving there is as well. Hanko just holding his face for no reason there as well. Not even touched on the face, man. He just goes and grabs his face when he loses the ball and falls to the floor. Doesn't even try and, you know, get back at the ball and start recollecting. I mean, fair enough. Timber's there actually done a number. So big ups to him. Yeah, that was good from Timber, actually. Just skills past like half the team. And see how every time they lose the ball, they don't even try and bother going after the guy. They just dive. Deep ball sent in. Martinelli gets the header. It's going to be deflected away by one of the Atletico players. It's now going to be back with Saka. See what he does. Passing it over now to Saliba. Through ball to Saka. That is not a good through ball by Saliba. It's too slow again. The slow nonsense from the through balls from Arsenal. And question for Real Madrid fans. What would you do if Yamal transferred to Real Madrid? I would still hate on him. And hi, Ron. Welcome to the stream. I thought you said no streams for a while. No, I said no streams for tomorrow. Yesterday, I said that. But however, things changed within the 24-hour period that I was saying that in. And if it didn't, I was going to give more updates on the situation. But yeah, there was a complicated situation in terms of something to do with YouTube. I'm not going to get into the details. But yeah, it was preventing from streams happening. But now it's fixed. So yeah, we can do streams still. It got fixed only, I think, a couple of hours ago, which is good. So yeah, we're back to the normal schedule of things. This is going to be back with Ray. I was about to say Courtois. Just realized Real Madrid's not playing. Saliba. Hope that never happens. Yeah, I hope that never happens either. And yes, Sans. For music videos, that the like button becomes notes, but only for certain videos. Okay, I see. So is my video special because, like, maybe they're in the new trial? What the heck was that shot? Who shot that? Was that Alvarez? Whoa, it was Alvarez. I knew it, man. That guy is actually insane. What a shot. Hits the crossbar. Wow. That is a very good shot. Raya, no chance there. That was a shot. That's why Alvarez, only respectable player on their team. The only player really trying, if I got to be honest. He's just so phenomenal. He is. Man, that is crazy. We should do a series separate for Forsaken, separate from Roblox suggestion streams. Maybe. Again, it depends on how many people are going on the streams and stuff like that. And that is a misfired free kick from Alvarez. It just is shot, hits Hanko, and he kicks it straight out. Not great from the Hanko there. PSG are winning 4-1 to Leverkusen now. It looks like that Doué scored another goal, so a brace on his return to Paris Saint-Germain. Any other updates I can give you right now? Inter is still 2-0, Man City 2-0, PSV 2-1, Newcastle 1-0, Copenhagen Dortmund 1-1, and this game 0-0. Dead match of the day. And remind you of CR7 shot day before. I know exactly. That was such a similar shot, just that it didn't hit the crossbar. Of course, it went in. Saliba. Now over to Timber. Saliba again. I do expect Ben White to come on. I also think Incampier will come on this game, make his debut in terms of... Did he play in the previous Champions League game? I don't think so. I think he will come and appear himself here for his first Champions League game for Arsenal. Again, not too sure. Trossard, I do expect to come on. Nwaneri would be a good cameo. Mourinho, I think, will come on for sure as well. Okay, here we go. Cross going in there by Zubimendi. Unsuccessful touch. And that is going to be a goal kick for Atletico. Or, sorry, a collected ball, should I say there. It was Gyökeres who actually sent that one in. Oh, there was a handball. But it was on the body. That's a definite body handball. I'll show you here. It's like that. There's nothing you're doing about that. It's definitely a body handball. I'm not going to call that. Okay, this is going to be now with Simeone. Alvarez. Gabriel's marking him tight. Simeone now. Back to Alvarez. Let's see what Julian does. Plays a through ball. That was a good through ball. And there is a dive. And that is going to be a goal kick for Arsenal there. Absolute dive from Koke. Don't even know what he was doing. Lewis Skelly goes to the challenge. He doesn't even get the ball. And then, yeah, just dive. Okay. And game idea, 5 Knights, Tower Defense 1 and 2. Okay, W's. Just a reminder, guys, make sure to keep the chat on related to football. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Here we go. Now over to Rice. Rice. He's going to play it to Timber. Now over to Saliba. And Saliba now to Rice again. They're playing, again, much more attacking at the start of the half. This is like what happened at the start of the first half, where they went more attacking Arsenal and, just trying to break through this Atletico defense. But, yeah, definitely it's slower still paced than what we expected from the start as well. Marseille will win the Ligue 1, you think? I don't believe so. And handball, you say, CDF. I don't really think that was a handball. That was, on the body, if you're referring to the one before, unless there's a new one coming on here now. Stuck his right hand where the ball would be. Nah, it was on the body, I think. It was like this, Gyökeres for a chance. There might be a shot. And then it's going to be saved by Oblak. Gyökeres so close to scoring the opening goal here at the Emirates. I can't believe he almost got through. Wow. And the reason you don't talk about football in the football streams is because you're not a football fan and your older brother keeps trying to boost you into it, trying it, but you don't want to. I mean, no problem, Bron. If you're not a football fan, it's all good. Definitely the gaming streams, you can talk about anything you're liking it. So if you're not a football fan and you don't want to come on the streams and talk about football, that's totally fine. You can come on the gaming streams instead. But yeah, I mean, football's a great sport. If you ever want to come into it, I'm your guy to bring you into the sport. I'd love to have another new fan entering. Rice to Martinelli. Such a fun one to play as well at home. If you ever have a ball, it's just such a fun thing to just pick up and start doing. His hand moved out. No, it did absolutely not, CDF. I don't know what you're yapping about, but it did not. You're only here because you want to chat. I mean, you can chat about, just like IRL stuff, I guess. I just like to separate the games. Otherwise, the chat gets too diluted in the games, you know what I'm saying? And it might detract some people who are really locked in, say their team's losing, right? They don't want to see game stuff in the chat, right? Lewis Skelly, deep throw. It's going to be headed clear by Simeone. Little touch there from Bryce. And that could have actually been a foul on Lewis Skelly by Simeone, but it's going to be played on by the referee. Look at that again. It was not a handball. Oh my goodness, it's not a handball, okay? I want Arsenal to win. It was not a handball, man. I promise you. Weak throw. Yeah, that was not a good throw by Lewis Skelly. You don't really play football, but you just want to see your reactions into chat. Yeah, exactly, Sands. Like, you're asking IRL questions as well, mostly, so yeah, which is W's. Okay, Barrios. Barrios just trying to get a pass through. A little bit of a touch there from Alvarez, and it's going to be with Martinelli. He's trying to play through here again. Martinelli. That is a huge foul on Martinelli there by by Llorente. Wow. I'm not an Atleti supporter, okay? I'm not an Atletico supporter. Look. Look. The shirt. Okay, I'm standing on it. It's gone. It's dead. It's dead. I killed it. The shirt's gone. The shirt does not exist anymore. It's on the floor. It's like a mop to clean my fish tank, you know? It can go on top of the fish tank. It will clean the fish tank later. Yeah? Okay, here we go. It's going to be a free kick for Arsenal. I'm not an Atletico fan. I literally am wearing a Real Madrid kit. It's just someone got it for me as a troll thing. I promise you. Okay, Rice is going to take the free kick. Can't believe you actually genuinely think I'm an Atleti supporter. I mean, just because I have their shirt, I'm not a supporter. Rice sends the ball deep. That's a header, and that's a goal for Arsenal. 1-0. It's definitely a goal, and that is Gabriel scoring it. Rice assisting. Hits the flag. A new flag, Selly. That's actually a cold celebration. 1-0. See you later, Atletico. Absolute joke club. Goodbye. Me. Soon. Gabriel, we take that header goal. And it's going to be in the 56th minute, assisted by Declan Rice. That was a very good free kick as well. Man, Rice is actually on it with the free kicks in the Champions League. That guy knows how to whip them in. So let's just have a look at this again. So Rice just absolutely crosses this one in deep. It's definitely onside as well. That is very far onside. And then Gabriel, man, what a touch for a header. Just absolutely breezes past everyone else. Just such an easy touch. All Black, no chance in saving that, and that is a goal. We take that every day of the week. Why couldn't we play like this against Atletico? Because it's Harambal versus Harambal. Who defends better? We don't do good against defending teams. We saw it against the Getafe. We saw it against, Atletico. We only play good against teams that attack. And for some reason, we just try against them more as well. Against these sorts of teams like Atletico and even Arsenal, we lost against them last season. It's the same stupidity where we just don't perform against guys that just sit back and park. And it's kind of annoying. And, we aren't a park of the bus team. We're not a defending team. We're not. We just attack and everyone moves up as well. We play. This is a very good chance for Simeone to take the shot. He takes a whizzer and that almost goes in. Wow, he almost got a goal immediately on the back of the first goal for Arsenal. Suddenly, the game's lighting up a little bit more here. Other scores to update you on. PSG 5, Leverkusen 2. And the fifth goal was scored by Nuno Mendes in the 50th minute. Garcia scored a second goal there. He scored in the 54th minute there, a goal to make it 5-2. The other scorelines are FC Copenhagen 1, Dortmund 1, Newcastle 1-0, PSV Eindhoven 3, Napoli 1. PSV scored again with Mahn. And then we also have Inter 3-0 with the third goal being Çalhanoğlu, a penalty. And then we also have Man City still 2-0. So nothing else changing there. And how Gabriel always knows where to run to exactly. I know. I can't believe it, man. He just always knows the position for the crosses, knows the position for the free kicks. He always is pinpoint accuracy with the headers as well. That's a type of defender that Real Madrid really need. They need someone like, that's why I suggested maybe Guahi coming to Real instead of, Rudiger, maybe sell Rudiger. I think Rudiger's time is coming to an end. Unfortunately, I really like Rudiger, but I think his time's coming to an end. Or sell Mondi, like Furlan Mondi especially. I dislike Mondi, and I think that if you play Guahi as a centre-back, along with Militao, maybe right-back even, you could play him. I don't know, or left-back? No, because we have Carreras and Trent. I don't know. It's just that they're injured all the time. If they're injured, then you could do Militao right-back. You could do Guahi centre-back. I think that would be a option. I think Guahi is very strong on headers. That's why I think he's good. Gabriel Correa as centre-back, 28 goals, man. That is phenomenal. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth. If you still even remember that name, I'm afraid you've been misinformed. Who is Elizabeth? What? What? Now 29, yeah. 29th career goal there for Gabriel. as a centre-back. That is phenomenal. Early in career as well. How old's Gabriel? Gabriel, 27. Thought he was like 23. Seems so weird. I thought that guy was actually pretty young, but I guess not. Sergio Ramos is greater than Gabriel, obviously. You know, Sergio Ramos, probably the best defender of all time. One of the best. Saka crossing in. That is going to be cleared out. A little bit of a control there in the box, and Atletico have a free kick. That was going to be won there by, I think, of course, Gonzalez. Absolute dive merchant there. And Atleti panicking with 10 shots in 1 minute. I know, they're suddenly going attacking. Look at Atleti now. They suddenly want to attack, don't they? And they're doing triple substitution is this. Wow. Atletico suddenly bringing on all the boys, are we? Didn't expect you guys to do suddenly panicking with a 1-0. Why is it? Because Arsenal's now going to sit and park the bus for the rest of the game? I think it's a smarter strategy to score and then park the bus. I think that's a much smarter strategy to then park the bus the whole game. I mean, literally. Same as Getafe. Except, you know, Bordeales is worse by a huge landslide, but still. Imagine being subbed on for 37 seconds and then you get a red card. What world record there. Koke. Some pressure from Rice. It's now going to be over with Gonzalez back to Jimenez. And for one of you, the deepest, darkest pit of hell is open, waiting to swallow you whole. Don't keep the devil waiting. What in the world is that? Is it like a prophecy or something? This will probably end in 1-1. I mean, you know, that would be good for Real Madrid, I guess. Let's take a look at the table. So if Arsenal do win this game, they go at the top of the table with 9 points. They're tied up with PSG and Inter with having lost 0 or drawn 0 games in the Champions League. And Atletico will go down to 14th with 3 points. I actually do hope that Arsenal actually win this, just because I don't want to see Atleti even in the round of 16 or in the playoffs. I want those guys to just get out of the whole competition altogether. Leverkusen scored, you think? Got a notification. Yeah, they've got 2 goals. I don't think they've scored again. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 goals at the moment for Leverkusen. Any other games they've scored? No, every other game's the same. Arsenal need to keep up the pressure here. And defending, I think, because Atletico suddenly switched on the attack. You know, suddenly everyone's running to the ball. Gallagher's on. New substitute. Conor Gallagher. And I don't know who else has actually come on here. Bein has come on. Ruggery's come on as well. Okay, so Ruggery has come on, Bein has come on, and Koke, Jimenez, and Gonzalez are all out. Surprised Simeone never subs off his child. You know, I would have thought that would be the #1 sub here since he's absolutely atrocious. Raya. Deep ball. It's going to be collected up there by Lenormand. A little bit of pressure there from Gabriel, and Saliba absolutely mops that one up. And it's back to Raya again. 5-2 nightmare, I know. We need to learn how to defend a little bit better like this. You know, if we had Arsenal's defense and we kept our attack, we would be the perfect team, I think. And we had a little bit quicker transition play, I think. That's why I do think we need a solid centre-back, like a strong, girthy centre-back in the back line, you know, not Dean Huijsen and Militao, who are both ball playing. They like to move up the field quite a lot. I think we need someone who just sits at the back, like sort of like Inigo Martinez, really, for Al Nassr. You know, Al Nassr is missing that, you know, strong centre-back who sits at the back type of thing, because we had Simic and Laporte, but now we have, you know, Inigo. There's a goal for Martinelli. Whoa! What a goal! I did not expect that one to go there. Jeez Louise, that was great. 2-0. That is an amazing goal by Martinelli. I think Lewis Skelly gets an assist there. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal goal. 2-0. Yeah, Atleti are cooked now. They're not going to win. So goal for, let's write this down here. Martinelli, who's scoring in every Champions League game, basically. He's turned into Prime R9 here. You know, ever since I started absolutely criticizing this guy. Assist by Lewis Skelly. Man, what a goal. Yeah, they're called by Martinelli to Lewis Skelly. I mean, look at this ball by Lewis Skelly. So he runs up the field, just passes it straight through. It's such a nice open time ball. That is a perfect ball. And then Martinelli finish is such a curved, amazing just end package right there. and hope we can go out strong against Barcelona and actually try to score more than 3 goals on them. Starting to hate us either losing by 5 or winning by 3. I know. I hope we just absolutely thrash them. That's all I hope for. Saturday we win and we destroy them. I don't want to have a 1-0 because then they still yap just continually. I want it to be an actual confident win and show who's boss. You got a parcel ad in the middle of a football stream. Fair enough. And Kazuma tranquilo, we ain't losing. Okay, tranquilo. 1 assist and a goal. I know that's goal of the day, honestly, for me. Wow, what a goal, man. I thought that the Rice assist was phenomenal, but that Lewis Skelly assist is just as good. Nice little, 1-2 straight in. Play on by the referee there. Atletico trying to call everything now, aren't they? Look at this. They've suddenly deactivated their park in the bus, haven't you? Where's all the guys at the back? Where have you all gone? Oh, that's right. You're all now suddenly attackers. Because you realize, Simeone, that you can't park the bus for the whole 90 minutes. Looks like Arteta's winning the Harumball derby anyway. He's going to be happy about that. Proving his new gen ability to the OG, the OG Harumball master, Diego Simeone, now is being, defeated by a new gen. I don't know how Arteta really feels about that, Simeone feels about being defeated by a new gen, but, it must be heartbreaking seeing that his title's going to be relinquished pretty soon. Timber. Now over to Saka. What's this where Atleti think they win a foul, so they all just stop playing? Meanwhile, play continues. If it was you're the coach, you'd be so annoyed with the players. Yeah, this is what they do, though, because they think in La Liga they always get away with it. That's the problem. La Liga refs let them do this. And thanks, you'll try. These last 2 seasons have made you more negative. And by the way, it's tranquilo. Yeah, spell it right. Gyökeres score. Gyökeres scored. Gyökeres scored. 3-0. He scored. Wow. I can't believe it. It was a horrendous goal, but he did it. I can't even commentate on that goal. It was such a bad goal, but it's, okay. We let the sloppy slide, I guess. That's what we do here. Man, that is... okay. That is such a sloppy goal. Gyökeres, yeah, I know. That's what he's doing every game now. Who assisted this one? I don't know who assisted this, but it's such a sloppy goal. I can't believe Atleti actually conceded this. There's the finishing prowess you got. Napoli and Benfica losing. Yeah, Napoli's losing is the most surprising. 3-1. So Martinelli crosses this in straight to Eze. It's an assist by Eze, it looks like. Yeah, Eze gets the assist there. Martinelli, again, just setting up every play. This guy's literally now prime R9 combined with Ronaldinho. And then, yeah, that finish is nothing to look at. Yeah, goal's a goal, exactly. If I was Gyökeres and I scored that, I'm taking that. He got Meg. Fair enough. He megged Hanko. We'll take that as a good goal. 3-0. Yeah, Arteta's happy. He's a new gen beating the OG. Look at his face, man. He's so happy he's winning the Harumball derby. He just has that big smile on his face when he's celebrating as well. Just looks so happy and just passionate about, this win against his, master. Finally, Gyökeres. I know Gyökeres actually, finally did something there since that last game where he scored, which was like 4 games ago. Or 5 games ago. Yeah, Atleti just keep on diving. Every time they lose the ball, just dive on the floor. Oh, there's a ball on the field. Oh, you kicked it out, Atletico? What happened to that sort of passion when you weren't doing that before? Rice, now to Gabriel. Lewis Skelly. I think this is going to be a 4-0. I actually think this might be a 4 or 5-0 here, to be honest. Good through ball by Martinelli to Gyökeres. He's just going to hold the ball up there, Gyökeres, and try and do some skilling. Gives a average cross. It's not the best, and that is going to go straight out for a corner there. What is that disgusting defending by Atletico Madrid? They suddenly fell apart. The bus's wheels have fallen off. It's now just a piece of scrap metal on the road that's being run over continuously. Was watching ESPN the other day. They're talking about Ronaldo and one of his biggest haters. First thing out of his mouth, still not better than Messi and not top 5 of all time. I just don't watch ESPN. If you saw my latest short on the channel, it's this guy who's absolutely just yapping, saying that Ronaldo scoring 2 goals in Portugal's game against Armenia means he's washed. How can you turn 2 goals into him being washed? I don't know. And he's getting embarrassed live on the ESPN interview as well. Because one of them finally, someone in ESPN actually likes Ronaldo and wasn't bagging him. Rice sends in the corners. Could be another goal here. Yeah, another goal. Another goal, 4-0. They're being run over again here. And it's Gyökeres who scores. Gyökeres with a brace. Wow, he's really happy about this one, Gyökeres. All his teammates are hugging him up there. He's finally got his second goal. Atleti just run over. Just every time. And this is actually, bringing some, happy emotion to my body as well. Thank you so much, Arsenal, for just demolishing this team. See you later. Absolute jokes. Absolute jokes. There's a Rumble Derby loss right there. So Gyökeres, 2 goals, 8.9 rating. Gabriel an assist as well. I mean, this guy is not a centre-back. He is a playmaker. That's what he is. And, yeah, you haven't seen it yet. So here's the goal. Rice sends it in deep. It's going to be a header by Gabriel straight into the path of Gyökeres. Tap in. For some reason, someone on Atleti is standing on the goal line, making everything onside. I don't know what they're thinking about, but yeah, definitely just made all of that gameplay onside there, Hanko. Well done. You're a phenomenal gameplay. That's why we didn't sign you at Al Nassr, you absolute joke. And this score makes you more annoyed about Madrid's performance. I know it's annoying to watch, but I'm just happy to see Simeone's face just absolutely just melt, because it's like a, ice cream in summer. That's what he looks like, a melted ice cream in summer. You feel embarrassed though? How can we lose to this trash? It's because we don't park the bus. They only try against Real Madrid. They don't try against any other team, guys. So, we can't worry about our loss when we're still top of the table and they don't try against any other team except for Real. That's their team's program. They literally are programmed to, is Team Real Madrid? Yes or no? If yes, play with your heart's desire. Try and win the game by as many goals as possible. If no, let the team concede 5 goals. Concede 5 goals. That's literally their gameplay method. Substitutions here. It's going to be Christian Nurgle coming on. And it's going to be also, I think, Mosquera coming on. W's Mosquera. I actually really like him. Eze's coming off here as well. I don't know who's coming on for him. Nwaneri's coming on. So there we go. Mosquera on for Gabriel. Christian Nurgle's on for, I don't know who. Did he even get subbed? I don't think he got subbed on. Oh, for Zubamendi. Yeah, so Christian Nurgle on for Zubamendi. And, and it's going to be Eze off and Nwaneri on. 9 goal difference, Real Madrid versus Atleti and Arsenal versus Atleti. Yeah, I know. Also feel bad for Griezmann, though. You actually like him? Yeah, I like Griezmann. I think he's the only likable player on their team besides Alvarez and Oblak. The rest of them I don't like. And Thiago Almada is also on for Atleti. So Sorloth off, Simeone off. Finally, the child's gone off the field there. And yeah, Griezmann, Almada are on. It's time to leave Atletico, Griezmann. I know. Griezmann, come to Saudi Pro League. Please, come to a Saudi Pro League team. We'd love to have you in the league. Come to like Etifak and play with Wijnaldum. Why not? And I'd love to see you, beat up Halal. Okay, this is going to be now with, as long as you don't join Halal, that is. This is now going to be with Hanko in the back. Barrios, Hanko. Griezmann's great. Yeah, I like Griezmann. You don't feel too bad for Griezmann. Sherry, man, ran his mouth too much when he was in Barca and always said he could sit in the same table as Ronaldo or Messi. I mean, yeah, he does yap, but I think he's just, he doesn't yap as much as someone like Yamal. Yamal's just a, yeah. But Griezmann, he's occasionally, but now he sort of just, that was before. Now he doesn't really do that, does he? He sort of just sits and is content with himself. He doesn't. I haven't heard a comment from Griezmann in the last 3 years, to be honest. You can see the French team now after Griezmann left. Yeah, exactly. That's also going to be a foul on Gyökeres. It's going to be a free kick coming out for Arsenal and a yellow card going towards someone. Don't know who the yellow card's for there. Lenormand, I think it is. Let's have a look at this free kick that was earned by Gyökeres. Yeah, definitely a free kick. Just not even going for the ball there. Lenormand just tried to kill him. Compared to Yamal, Griezmann is a saint. Yeah, exactly. And we're a skeleton guard. Why are you saying that to Odegaard, man? That is actually crazy. Well, he's actually injured until December because he got another injury there. I think he's a bit too fragile. Maybe needs to start, consuming a little bit more. But yeah, I do think that Odegaard was actually good on his return. Just unfortunate for the injury. Unfortunate in all seriousness. He was good on his return. Martinelli wins the ball back. Look at prime Ronaldinho Martinelli. I mean, he just gets absolutely killed by 3 Atleti players, and now it's going to be Atletico with the ball. Cross into the box, shot by Alvarez, and that's going to be cleared away. It's going to be a throw now for Atletico. That's what happens when there's no meat on the dem bones. What the heck? Please score more. Yeah, hopefully we can get 5 or 6 nil here, actually. Gyökeres hat-trick would be pretty cold, not going to lie. Be pretty happy for the guy. I actually like Gyökeres, to be honest. I think he's a likable guy. You know, going in the path of Cristiano, idolizing Cristiano as well, going from, you know, Sporting. I feel like all Sporting players are just likable guys. I don't know why. They all just come out with such a likable attitude. You know, Griezmann losing the ball. It's now going to be Mosquera passing it to Rice. Through ball there to Gyökeres. Gyökeres holding the ball up nicely. Back to Martinelli. Gyökeres now over to to Nwaneri. Lewis Skelly. I don't even know who that was. Mosquera. Zubamendi. Raya. Dortmund winning. Oh, 2-1 now to Dortmund. So who scored their goal? Bensebaini scored a penalty. Okay, I see. Newcastle's winning 2-0 to Benfica. Barnes just scored a goal 5 minutes ago, and the rest of the scorelines are the same here, except for PSG. They got another goal there, and it was Dembele on his return to make it 6-2. Wow, 6-2. Jeez. Raya playing CDM here. Let's see what Raya as a CDM does. It's going to dribble backwards. Man, I actually did not expect this from the Harambal derby. We actually got a couple of goals here. I'm surprised. And it's going to be now a throw-in here for Atletico Madrid. Conor Gallagher's going to just pass the ball over to Hanko to take. I don't know. Now it's going to be back into the defense. Lenormand. Time to leave Atleti. I hope Alvarez leaves Atleti as well. I think he's got a lot of, you know, potential ahead of him. Staying in a, you know, a washed club like Atletico is not going to give him any time for that potential to grow. Raya, good catch. Wow, that was actually a very decent catch there from Raya on, I think that was the shot of Alamada. Yeah, good catch by Raya. He's now going to just drop the ball here. Let's be honest, Arsenal is definitely better. Of them two, yeah, Arsenal is for sure the better team. Atletico is really, again, they only try against Real Madrid. Their team otherwise is, you know, is not great. Their team's mid. It's now going to be with Gyökeres on a run here. It's a strong run. Gyökeres is brought down. I think it's going to be played on by the referee here. No foul is recorded. Saka's going to pressure along with Christian Nurgle. It's going to be a deep cross away by Matteo Ruggeri. Now with Nwaneri back over to Christian Nurgle. He's just going to play it and hold up the ball to... Wait, I'm just confused. Who the heck is number 4? Oh, Rice. He's still on the field. I forgot about him. Mosquera. Lewis Skelly. Arsenal is definitely better of them too. Atletico, that is. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know what other team you'd really be talking about, to be honest. Christian Nurgle. Now to Rice. Don't know why I just called Rice Arsenal, but okay. It's now going to be with Saliba. Saliba still holding the ball. Through ball there to Saka. Saka gives a cross over to Christian Nurgle. And that's a very good through ball over to Martinelli. Good control. Prime Ronaldinho Martinelli does do a good number there. And it's now going to be a throw in here for Arsenal again, I do believe. And Retegui? Why is Retegui being mentioned? He's not even playing today. They pay 800 million just to win against one team. Inter's winning. Yeah, Inter is definitely winning with their, 4-0 scoreline. Esposito just scored as well. We heard a lot of his name in the Club World Cup, if you guys remember that, for those who know. Lewis Skelly is going to take the throw in. Deep throw to try and find Gyökeres. Gyökeres is absolutely pulled down, and that's going to be a free kick for Arsenal. Gyökeres is doing a good job in holding the ball up, I got to say. His shielding's phenomenal. That's one thing you can't complain about him. His shielding is brilliant. Simeone's complaining here. Can you stop yapping, please, and just go back into the locker room, man? You don't know what you're doing as a coach. Arsenal set-piece coach here is telling the players where to go. And Rice is going to be taking the set piece. By the way, do stream Al Nassr match in Real Madrid. Okay, yeah, this is rage bait. I know this is rage bait from you, Sherry. There is no way you're getting me on the rage bait again saying I stream all the Al Nassr and Real Madrid matches. Rice, deep cross. That was almost another goal there on the corner there. Sorry, the free kick. And it's going to be now offside, I think. Or a free kick, actually. Hanko does draw our free kick, I think. If I saw 92 in real life, what's the first thing I'd say to it? Sans made you. We can't be slack. I'm not slacking. What in the world? Okay. Hey, is that the Ted? Why are the Ted Lasso people in the crowd? If anyone knows the Ted Lasso show, they're in the crowd there, the two actors. Why'd they just show them? What is going on? Okay. If anyone watches that show, you'll know those two guys. Ted Lasso actors. Jeez. Can't believe that. Watched it with Dynamites. Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent football documentary-esque show. It kind of shows the ins and outs of football. You know. Bro, this guy's still talking about 92. I know. 92 meme is the most unbreakable meme of 2025, you know. See the foul that was possibly committed on Alvarez there. Oh, that's his shot from before. Oh, is Alvarez coming off? He might be coming off here. They're showing all his highlights. You are not right in the head, lad. What are you on? 100? Okay, I don't even know what's going on with the numbers, man. You know what I was thinking, right? When I just want to bring up this story again. You see this Manchester United? You can't actually see it. See this one where I got a signed card inside, right? I was thinking, right? So when I first got it, Mourinho and Ben White are coming on as well. When I first got, I was like, please, please, of all the players, do not be Mason Mount or Luke Shaw. Open the packet up. The player I get signed is Mason Mount. What are the chances, bro? I could have had so many good players there, and they give me the most washed NPC of them all. Gyökeres is coming off for Mourinho as well. Gets a round of applause at the Emirates there. 2 goals for Gyökeres. Well done. Phenomenal performance there. Timber's also coming off for Ben White. So we go. Timber and Gyökeres off. Ben White and Mourinho on. Tranquilo, Sans. Yeah, tranquilo. Okay, so Mourinho's just getting some advice from Rice about the corners. Ben White coming on as well here. GG's 4-1. You got mad. Now you're in the car already. Leave disappointed in Napoli. Yeah, I know. 4-1. It's over. And they got a red card too. Luca got a red card at the 76th minute. Rip. I can't actually believe Napoli lost to PSV Eindhoven. I mean, you know, it actually really hurts Napoli too because they've only got 1 win in the Champions League out of 3 games, 2 losses. They're currently sitting at 22nd. Chance for Saka. He might actually score here. It's a 3v1. There might be a handball in the box. I don't think anyone's calling it. Okay, it's going to be played on here. Where does this put Atleti as well? Atleti sit now at position 18th. 9 minutes until 92nd minute. I mean, I don't know if this will go up to 92nd minute now. That's a 4-0. Might just be plus 1 minute additional. Alvarez now trying to pace the ball up the field, passing it over into the left wing here. Good touch from Simeone. There's a foul in the box. This could be a goal, and it's saved by Raya. And it looks to be a possible free kick for Arsenal there. I think Gallagher does do a foul. The Højlund effect. Was Højlund even playing that game? I don't think it's the Højlund effect. Yeah, Højlund wasn't even playing. He's not even on the bench. He did not have an effect on that game whatsoever. Okay, what the heck? Halal won 3-1 as well in their game. Yeah, he's injured, yeah. That wasn't a bad shot by Gallagher. Yeah, I do agree. Okay, Ray is going to just pick up the ball and distribute it as a free kick. 5 minutes left of this regular time, possibly 1 minute additional. I don't think it's going to be much because this is a 4-0, meaning that the game is over. Okay, let's see how far Raya will send this down the field. Okay, sends it deep. A little bit of a header there. Man, I'm so tired after watching these games. Saka ball hog. Yeah, Saka is definitely a ball hog. I do agree with you there, CDF. You know, on his play from before, just pass the ball, Saka. You know, you're not him. And if we had Lukaku and Højlund, we maybe had a chance. Yeah, especially Lukaku. I think he was going on great form before he got injured, you know, in the pre-seasons. I actually reacted to the match he got injured in, so maybe I'm a bad luck charm, you know, for Napoli. But so far, both Napoli matches I've watched, something bad's happened to Napoli. In the first one, Lukaku got injured as a, you know, ACL or whatever injury it was. And the second match I watched, Napoli lost and AC Milan won. By the way, you just saw PSG 6-2. Yeah, I know. Red card for both teams as well. Red card for both teams. Time to leave Atletico. Just everyone leave Atletico. Just everyone leave. Arsenal 4-0. Yes, exactly. There's all the goals, by the way. All the goals. Martinelli again has become, you know, R9 Ronaldinho hybrid. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but he just turns up at the Champions League and he performs like he's an absolute GOAT. And Raya doesn't have to do that. Any save there to Griezmann's shot. That was an atrocious shot by Antoine. You should please leave Atletico. You are finished here. Off the line clearance as well by Nwaneri. Any other score changes? Dortmund 3-1 as well. Manchester scored a goal again in the 76th minute. It's going to be Man City still 2-0 to Villarreal. I can't believe they haven't actually scored again. Maybe Abdullah did have to watch the rest of that match because they haven't scored, you know, before when he was asked to go to sleep or watch the match. Ray is going to send the ball long for the goal kick, and it's going to go all the way down into the midfield. A little bit of a header there by Mourinho, cleaned up by Martinelli, passed through to Mourinho, and that through ball by Mourinho is horrendous. And hi, Timmy. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing good. Good touch there by Rice, controlled by Martinelli and Mourinho, and lost again. Mourinho, just stop losing the ball. Martinelli's doing all the work, and you are just losing it, man. Can you not disrespect Martin Goat? Like, I mean, he's so good. Don't want to be that guy, but match was very boring apart from the goals. Match for the first half was boring. The match in the first half was so boring. The second half was better. You were sent by John, 26,055. Why I keep saying 2,600? 26,055. I mean, W's John for sending you, Timmy. Can't invest 100% in these haram matches. Fair enough. You know, that's why we have multiple games going on in the Champions League at the same time, though. I have to watch the whole, there's a goofy, stupid match. Why am I so tired as well, man? Wake up. Wake up. Like, genuinely. Can we get a goal so I can wake up, please? Okay, this is going to be with Hanko, who's absolutely hogging the ball up. Pass it through there to, I think that was Almada. And deep ball, Lewis Skelly headering it away, and it's now going to be collected up here by Llorente. He might give a cross, instead passes back to Almada. And Newcastle's keeper got assist. Impressive. Actually, whoa, I'm checking that out. 3-0 Barnes, yeah, scored another goal. Assist by Pope? Man, that's actually phenomenal. So I'm assuming he assisted Barnes' goal. So let's take a look. Harvey Barnes' second goal. I'm guessing it was that one. Yeah, wow. Was it his second goal? Let's take a look. Oh, it's a penalty. So Barnes scored a pen for his first goal, whatever. No, it was his second goal after the pen. So it's his first goal. Okay, I don't know. Just ignore all my stuff. The assist was, yeah, great. Says it was a good assist. Says it was a good assist. Bouncing across from the keeper. Free kick for Atletico. The like button is a football. Yes, Timmy, I don't know how. I think it's because it's a football match. But yeah, the like button is a football. Make sure to smash it, by the way. So you can see a football animation. I'm not even joking you as well. I'm not being one of the YouTubers who cap and say, like, the like button turns rainbow. I'm being for real. Like, actually is a football. Genuinely. I'll show you on the screen, actually, right now. I don't know if it works for my account. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the live the thing here. Okay. So, I unliked. Press. Football. The animation appeared. Unlike. You can see it. It's like kind of blurry, but yeah. 5-2 for PSV? What? McTominay scored and then they scored again. What the heck is going on in that match, man? What is going on? I can't believe that Man City is still 2-0 to Villarreal. What a joke. I can't believe that Napoli's actually washed. 5 goals conceded. That is genuinely insane. And you can't see it? Yeah, you might have to update YouTube, Sherry. I don't know, maybe the feature's exclusive for some people. I don't know what it's about. You heard noise. You're still in your car and you heard noise. Yeah, I'm assuming since it's a PSV home game, you'd hear that. Raya, deep ball. 3 minutes additional time, so we actually will see the 92 meme in this. Sure, Sands will be happy. Okay, this is now going to be a throw in here for Hanko. Yo, Timmy, it's not even 92 yet. It's like 90 and 30 seconds. Okay, Christian Nurgle just passing the ball over to Martinelli. It's now going to be back in the defense here for, who's that? Rice to Saliba. Rice now back over to Mosquera. Wow, why YouTube just drops behind. You have to press 2 times. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's kind of strange. Christian Nurgle. Now over to Saliba. Now to Ben White. Good cross by Ben White to try and find Saka. Saka holding the ball up. Let's see what Saka does here. He's going to pass it over to Mourinho. Very horrendous touch by Mourinho. That was terrible. Saka's pass was phenomenal. And yeah, maybe it's your country. Yeah, maybe it's your country. I think it's a limited rollout at the moment, so the features are developing as they go through. Martinelli running onto this ball, which is very loose from Atleti, but they still managed to keep it at Atletico. Now it's going to be Llorente. Love how Atletico subbed out basically no defenders as well. They just want to keep all their Parc the Bus players on. If I was then, I'd sub on a bunch of attackers, which they haven't done. Almost 92nd, yeah. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's 92 now. So go ahead. Do what you're going to do. 1 minute left of this match anyway. Nwaneri trying to skill through a bunch. Maybe if he scores there, Nwaneri would actually cement himself as a possible, regular sub. Nwaneri now over to Mourinho. Nwaneri takes a shot, a caught by Oblak. And that was a good shot by Nwaneri. Amazing. What's Nwaneri's first name? Ethan. Yes, Ethan. That was a good shot by Ethan. Yeah, good catch by Oblak, man. That was good. Now it's going to be Oblak rolling it out over to Lenormand. Now to Barrios. I think this match is done, by the way. I think it's finished. And now over to Barrios. 92. Okay, now with Jimenez. No, Jimenez is off. It's now with Bein. Bro, this team is washed. It's finished. 6-2. Okay, what? 6-2. 6-2. Jeez. What happened to Napoli? Antonio Conte, what are you doing? Full-time as well for Arsenal here. So here are all the full-time scores. I don't think that Napoli PSV is going to have any more goals. Maybe it will. So 4-0 for Arsenal. 6-2 for PSG. 7-2 for PSG. They just scored again. Vitinha scored. 7-2 for PSG. 4-2 for Dortmund against Copenhagen. We have 6-2 for PSV against Napoli. We have 6-1 for Barca against Olympiacos from before. We have 0-0 for Karat Almaty versus Paphos from before. We have 3-0 for Benfica against, for Newcastle against Benfica. And we have 2-0 for Man City against Villarreal. 4-0 for Inter against Union Saint-Gilloise. And that is all of the scores today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you all so much. I'm going to go to sleep because I'm absolutely tired. Thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Real Madrid and Al Nassr. Al Nassr versus FC Goa and Real Madrid versus Juventus. But I might be slightly late for the Real Madrid one. I might be, okay? So just a warning. I might be like 5 minutes late. So just keep that in mind because Dynamites can't actually cover for me on the streams anymore from now on. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Derby is in the chat. So, and Haram Ball Derby. Mission accomplished to watch that. Let's go. So.